Hello! Hi everyone, welcome to the stream. I had to turn my sound off so you wouldn't hear the KSP music. Hey, did anyone see that BPS Space streamed tonight? I think it's cool that he streams, but I think he does it too much. I think he should really focus on the edited content. That stuff is better, it's higher quality. Anyway, regardless of my opinion on that, thanks everyone for joining, and let me just make sure. It looks like the stream health is okay. There we go. Okay, yeah, still good. My computer is very mad right now, though. Stand by. I think I'm still streaming. My computer is just very mad. Okay. Hold on. Just stand by, everyone. I need to make sure I'm live. Let me just... Live. Okay, great. Yeah. So you can hear me. Audio quality is good. Video quality is good. Can everyone confirm? Let's just make sure we're all good before we get started here. Carl Groover, by the way, is texting me. Hi, Carl. Thanks for watching. Carl says he can help us with some orbital mechanics stuff. Carl, I don't know how to get your audio on stream right now, at least cleanly. But if you just want to pop things in the chat, or you can just text me during it too. Yeah, any help is good. So what do we do today, folks? Let's take a look at our KSP here. Oh, that's not right. Why is it all cropped like that? Oh, that's right, because I did it that way. Why did I do this? Oh boy. Okay, that should be a good crop. Yes, so we have KSP open here. Make sprite. People want me to make sprite. Well, hold on. Before you decide what we should do in Kerbal Space Program, why don't we start the stream, or rather start the game, resume save, and I just want to take a look at, you know, what we have going on. There's a small chance there may be, you know, some important things to take care of before we make sprite. Or maybe not. Depends on what people think is important to them. So let's head on over to the tracking station. And I don't know. I'm a little curious about what's happening on Duna. I wonder what's going on with Duna. Maybe if I switch to Bob Kerman, I'll find out what's happening on Duna. So Bob, in the last episode of Joey B Plays KSP, Bob became stranded on Duna because we very intentionally did not bring enough Delta V to get him back. Yes, we very intentionally did not bring him back. So there's a little bit of fuel in these tanks, but not a whole lot. It's also rocking back and forth, which I really don't love. I also need to cut down on the CPU usage. My computer really hates this. It's like not doing well. All right, let's pop out the chat. Just trying to figure out how I can get this to be pretty smooth. If I pop out the chat, and then I might have to close messages too. So sorry, Carl, I may have you pop things in the chat, but I just kind of want to minimize CPU stuff. Okay, yeah. So what do we do here? Do we get Bob Kerman, or do we just build Sprite and say, sorry, Bob, we'll have to get you another day? I also, by the way, I have a spiked seltzer in celebration of 100,000 subscribers. So this is Prickly Pear. Apparently it has 0 sugar and only 90 calories. Cheers, everyone. This is what being gluten-free looks like. I wasn't gluten-free before, and then my body was like, no, now you are, dog. Oh boy, there's spiked seltzer on my keyboard. This is bad. Save Bob. Everyone says save Bob, except for a couple people. Drew says screw Bob, which, you know, that's one route, of course. Oh, Eric, that's my jam. That's the only booze I drink now. Kill Bob. No! Bob is good. I will say, though, this craft keeps moving back and forth. I think I'm going to destroy the craft. I don't know why I feel like I need to do this. I just... That's what we named it. LOL, bye, Bill. I'm going to destroy the craft. I kind of feel like I just kind of want to. Yeah. Let's get rid of the gear. Can we bring it up, or are we out of stuff? We can bring the gear up, right? State deployed. How do I get the gear out? Oh, Jeb has to be in there. I can't put... or Bob has to be in there to deploy the gear. I don't know, man. It really seems like we might tip this thing over just naturally. Like, I feel like if we give it enough time, it's just gonna kind of happen. You think we should wait it out? Build Sprite and go save him. I do kind of want to build Sprite, though. Alright, this is pretty boring. Screw it! Sorry, Bob. We're building Sprite. I just really want to. This is Joey B Plays KSP. I make the rules. We'll go get you later, man. You still have your spacecraft. Want to know a cheat? No, no cheats. No cheats in this game. Send another rocket to hit it. Is there even any fuel left? Not much. Yote him into space. Joe built an X-37B that can orbit the Earth for almost 2 years. Joe, good night. I'm very tired. Well, good night. Thank you for hanging around. It's been a lot of streaming today. Something... Oh, the Falcon Heavy model! I forgot. This is the last thing I did in KSP, was build a model of the Falcon Heavy. How are the plants on the stool doing? They're doing really well. Yeah, they're doing really well. One of the succulents dropped a leaf the other day. He's been dropping leaves all summer. I think he's not feeling great. This is the remnants of the Falcon Heavy model. All right, let's build Sprite. We're gonna go into the VAB and do that. I think we're just not gonna, mess with Bob today. Sorry, buddy. What is everyone else doing? Like, what do people do when they watch the stream? I watched some live streams. I guess I spent like 8 hours on a Charlie stream once. Hold on, let me bring up some more statistics here. Just get all settled in. My computer feels a little bit better now. All right, let's see. Eat and play KSP. Eat? Wow, a lot of people eat and watch live streams. KSP, I pretend I'm asleep. I paper model. I'm making a meme. DH Doctor. Oh boy. Yeah, okay, here we go. Oh, come on, YouTube. You can do it. Come on, buddy. Man, just whenever OBS is open, my computer really hates it. It's time to reset. So, look, this is unhelpful to most folks. I think we should start building. We can either build with a large thing or a tiny little guy, and I want to go with the tiny guy. We need the equivalent of a fan, and TBH, we might just be able to get... There aren't really fans in KSP, right? Oh, we could do like KSP programming. That could be cool to try to like model the flight software. I don't think I have time to learn that just yet. Oh, a jet engine. That could work. The jet engine could totally work. Right, because that can kind of act as like an afterburner too. Let's do the jet engine. And then we need a fuel tank that only has oxidizer, right? No, it only has fuel because we already have the ox. Oh boy, this might be kind of tricky. I guess we could just like take out all the oxidizer. Can we use this? Is this a thing that can happen? How, like, Sprite. Will this work? Unclear. Oh, I messed it up. It won't work. Okay, and save. Wait, where did my... Wait, what just happened? I lost all my... Okay, something is bad. This is not a good situation. We want the tiny little guidance unit. KSP is upset. Tiny little fuel tank. And let's just see if that little turbofan will work. Save, launch. Excuse me. Oh, do we need an air intake? All right, abort the launch. We need an air intake. Where will that be? Perhaps under aerodynamics? Shock cone intake. Can I just do like a regular, yeah, circular intake? Tiny. I'm doing this. I'm doing this because it's hilarious and it's Kerbal Space Program. And we need legs. Tiny little landing struts. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Save, launch. Clear, and launch. There it is. Will this work? Unclear. Oh. Oh, he hopping. Something is wrong. Because this should... I feel like that should lift off. It definitely vectors, which is cool. There is spool up time, but it's just not working. Can I toggle? Oh, the afterburner! Ah! Well, go retrograde. Okay, let's try this again. This is going to be harder than the actual sprite because there's spool up and spool down time. Let's return to the VAB and get some roll control on there. Okay. I am feeling good about this, though, because we have TVC. We just need a little bit of roll control. You know what? I kind of do want to do RCS. There are reaction wheels in here, right? Yeah, there are reaction wheels. You know what? Let's just try it again. Remove the landing legs. Are you a standing desk? No. Are you using a standing desk? No, I am very much sitting. I'm not sure if you can see that from here. All right, let's try this again. So let's just go toggle mode, SAS. Okay. Afterburner on. Wow, it's pretty hard to get this to work. Oh yeah, the throttle response time is just so hard to get right. Okay, there we go. That worked though. Okay, yeah. I'm feeling good about that. I want more weight though, because this does not mimic the weight. If you saw the throttle down there, this does not mimic the weight of the actual sprite. The actual sprite has a TWR maximum of like 1.5. So it can't really go that hard. All right. Hold on one sec. Yeah, let's go back to the VAB. Revert to VAB. Hi, just joined the stream. Hi, Electric Fish. I've been kind of not like actively ignoring the chat, but I just haven't seen much chat right now. Sorry about that, folks. So maybe what we can do, I kind of want it to look more like Sprite 2. So let's do still 4 symmetry. Excuse me. Let me go as low as I can. Okay, and now I want to do another set of legs up top. Wait, no legs. Right over there, we need a larger fuel tank. Oh, wait, it's probably limited by the intake, too. So if I have a larger intake, yeah, there we go. It's limited by the intake. Then we'll get a bigger fuel tank, so it's heavier. It's not really about flight time. That doesn't matter too much to me. We'll get legs on the bottom. Kind of like that. Oop, that's not going to work at all. Yeah, that'll work. And then I want legs on the top, and you will see why. Actually, you probably won't see why. This is me modeling Sprite before I have done any CAD at all. So it's just a little bit... it's just a little bit silly. Yeah, that's kind of what I want. The way I want to build Sprite is sort of as a roll cage. But it's not truly a cage. It's just like as a thing that can roll. If it tips over upon landing, I kind of want it to be safe. What is Sprite? Hello, Neanderthals. So Sprite is a tiny little vehicle that I'm building as part of the BPS program, and it's not really going to look like this, but it's going to be a tiny little lander powered by an EDF, and that is an electric ducted fan, like this bad boy right here. And so this produces a decent amount of thrust, enough that we should have about like 1.5. Oh, actually no, maybe it's like 1.25 TWR. It's really low. Like this thing isn't going anywhere fast. It's mostly doing a lot of hovering and then guidance and control stuff, and then just stability in the air. And so one of the things that I expect to happen, that we should all expect to happen, is that several of these flights, probably multiple early on, are going to touch down and then flop over because I don't have good control over horizontal stuff. Maybe I will, but I think it's going to be hard to get right. until I get some shock absorbers in there, and then until I really get that horizontal control loop dialed. So yeah, that's the plan. What else did I want to put on here? I think we should probably add more weight. What I could do is also a thrust limiter. Let's do that, and then I have more control. I wonder if thrust limiting gives you more control. Let's try that. Okay. What if you shape the rocket like a cube rather than a tube so it can't tip over? Not a bad idea. But I think maybe not super mass efficient. This looks ridiculous. Should I get a thumbnail? Let's try to get a thumbnail for the... Yeah, let's do this. I'm going to get a thumbnail of... Here, let's toggle mode. All right, ready? We have to get a thumbnail where I have a crazy face, because that's just how these things work. Here we go. Wait, here we go. So I'm going to hit Z and then do the thumbnail. Wait, it didn't work. I have to get... There we go. No, that didn't work either. Oh, I'm not on KSP. Wait, I don't think that worked. Hold on. Revert to launch. Revert to launch. I need it to be lower to the ground. It's very important. Thumbnails are very important. These videos sometimes get hundreds of views. Oh, there's a fly. So many fruit flies this summer. Oh, I got him. Wow. That's surprising. I don't usually do that. Okay. Here we go. This should work. Throttle up, SAS. I want... Yes. And I am going to also do a throttle limiter on that. And then when I do this... Okay, here we go. Yeah, that should be good. I can do one more. All right, that's plenty. That's enough thumbnails. I don't need any more. Revert to launch. Actually, revert to VAB. Was that good? Is that what everyone is here for? Seeing me make faces like that? Drop a like if you love the face. One of those is going to be a good thumbnail. You'll fall on your side this time. I'm glad people like that. That's what I would want to watch. All right, so if I toggle mode, I still want to limit the thrust to like 50. So if I save and then launch, I will create the Barnard Space Station. Hey Grimmy, just came to see what Joe is doing. I'm doing the same thing. I'm playing KSP. We just crossed over to 100,000 subscribers on the BPS channel. It's incredible. That's insane. So I'm celebrating with a little hard seltzer and some Kerbal Space Program. Now, which mode do you think we're in? Okay, so that lets us down. I landed, but I lost my engine. It's so hard. It takes like 2 full seconds for it to throttle up and then back down. Joe, you are really close to hitting 2K on this channel. I am. The 2K on this channel doesn't matter too much to me. This channel is just sort of like whatever. But, Carl says maybe sometime off stream would be better. Carl, I think that may be the best the best approach. All right, revert to launch. Let's try this again. I still think maybe the thrust limiter is too high. I feel like we could still go lower, you know? So that the thrust is limited even more. If I throttle up, if I throttle like half, SAS, yeah, half throttle should be idle, and this is not. It's close. It's not too far off, but if we revert to VAB and dial that back to like 35% throttle limiter, maybe that should do it. Sorry, thrust limiter. Let's do like, yeah, like 35. Toggle mode. It'll be 35 for both. And toggle mode. Mode wet. All right, save, launch. I am dying, says Johnny Pickles. Johnny, I hope you're not. Can you script externally what it should do depending on data in KSP? You know, SA Diablo, you totally can do that. So my buddy Johnny built a guidance algorithm in Kerbal Space Program that you can actually he built a guidance algorithm in Python and C, and then you can implement it in Kerbal Space Program. So it's like the actual like successive convexification that happens for EDL on a lot of planets. So it's called Gfold. Most of them use like fancier versions of Gfold, but a very basic version is available on GitHub if you just look up like Gfold Johnny or something. I'm not sure how easily implementable it is, but it's a thing, and you can try it if you want. All right, so if I go to half throttle, let's start about there. Yeah, if I go to like half-ish throttle, SAS on, and the mode is wet, I think. Yes, that's what I want. Perfect. So let's go up a little bit. Still no liftoff. Up a little bit. There it is. So we're right around there. There's a little instability there. It's kind of interesting. We're going to have to sort of go back and forth between these two values. But this is kind of the goal, is like you just kind of want to hover for a little bit. Oop, 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 that's the wrong direction. All right, we're going this way. Oh, I didn't want that. Okay, so I can't be doing the retrograde stuff. I can't be using the, yeah, all right. Because SAS is going to hold us on. Is there a way that I can use SAS where I can like, is there a way that I can use SAS to just augment an orientation and then it will flip back to a center point? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Like you can give it pitch kicks and then it'll go back to center. Honestly, I could just like use RCS. Let's go back to launch again and try this one more time. Revert to launch. If you use one of the direction modes, ooh. Yeah. Maybe I'll have to make a custom mode. Okay, so we're just going to do it from this angle now. So, excuse me. I know that like right around here on my throttle is kind of where I lift off. You know what? I'm going to limit the throttle even more. Revert to VAB. Yeah, I'm going to limit the throttle even more. The thrust. I keep saying throttle. Let's go down to 25. And we're only using the wet mode, so like we don't have to set the other one. Save and launch. 25 should be good. And then I'll recharacterize where it actually lifts off at. I'm not storming Area 51 with you all. You can go if you want. I'm not. That's not. I will not be doing that. All right. Throttle up. Oh no, SAS. Throttle up. Let's go a little higher this time because we pretty much know. Yeah, so that won't lift it off. Up. Up. Oh, here we go. Okay, yep. So right around 100 does it. Are we hovering? We're falling just a little bit. Okay, we're still, throttle's too high. I'm just trying to do a little translation maneuver. That's, ah! No! And so you kind of see what. No, you can kind of see why I was interested in having the X pattern all around the vehicle. This is how the real life vehicle is going to be as well. Probably less bouncy, but yeah, let's try. This is pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Let's revert to launch again. Let's try this one more time. Revert to launch. Let's go over. Yeah, I just want to do like a translation. Yeah, by the way, so someone said that's a stream I'll need to tune into. If you're referring to the actual streams of the Sprite vehicle, we're totally going to stream those. So the Sprite vehicle is, the flight times are so long on it that and we're able to recycle. I keep burping. We're able to recycle because of the battery situation, and we're not spending motors, we're not popping power charges, so long as everything is good, that we can actually do like multiple flights during a stream, or we should be able to at least. By the way, though, that may not happen for just a little while. There's a lot that has to happen in between now and then. All right, SAS. We're turning this back on. We're going to throttle up to like here. We're going to get a little bit of altitude. All right, so right where we are is like the hover point. If I just go a little bit above it, and just maybe like a little bit above that, that's probably enough. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's so hard to control this. The other thing is that I can't really cut off the engine. This is ridiculous. All right, we're going to go to the side just a little bit. And we will probably lose altitude because of it, right? We're going to translate a whole lot. And now we're going to bleed it off. Right. So the other oh, are we going to be standing up? No, no. The other complicated part of this is not only have we summoned the Kraken, but the other complicated part of this lander is that when you tilt to the side, you lose altitude. So you have to account that into your throttle. All of these systems are interconnected. It's crazy. Should we let it play out? Let's just let it see where it. Hey, so we do balance upright. We made it upright. We translated upright. We only lost the engine, which is definitely the least expensive portion. All right, revert to launch. I want to keep trying this. Are people down with me continuing to just try this a bunch of times? It does actually help me think about how tight these throttle tolerances are. It's a lot easier with an EDF because the spin up and spin down times, they're much shorter. So I was originally going to do Sprite with a not an EDF but a jet turbine. They make these hobby turbine engines, but I think I'm super glad that I didn't do that because again the throttle up and throttle down times it's like a second and a half, and that's really really hard to do in a control loop. All right. Are we going to lift off? Need a little extra juice. We could just barely get there. Oh no! This is suboptimal. Cut off. All right, so this is the other thing that I'm learning now. This is actually, most of this is legitimately helpful. Look at the flex guy. Most of this is legitimately helpful because it's hard to think about it, but you have to get off the pad pretty quick. Oh, now we're upside down. You have to get off the pad pretty quick because if you don't, you're going to start to, your moment arm is no longer the center of mass, which it isn't on the ground, but you have to change, you kind of want to punch it off the pad just a little bit to actually get up. All right, anyway, revert to launch. Does this make sense, right? So you have to, if you don't immediately get off the ground, if you try to ascend really slowly, you might hit a rock or you might do something else that super affects your orientation. Okay, throttle up, SAS. Let's try the punch it approach. All right, there we go. And then we'll just sort of hold altitude right there. Coming down, we should be coming back up. And so let's just get down to the ground here. And cut off. Oh, I did it! Okay, so I cut off the engine before we hit the ground. BLR Rocket Technologies. Why have you not turned on slow mode for the last few streams? I kind of like the idea that this should not be slow mode here, that it's just a mess. If there are people who are problematic, I can ban them, but try not to abuse the slow mode is my advice. We can turn it on if you really think you need it. Should we put on slow mode, yes or no? We also have, I mean, we landed safely. Should we not try to hop again? All right, BLR, I think you are the only people who want slow mode. Yeah, I don't think it's needed. No one wants it. Hey, Joe. Hi, Pluto Aerospace. All right, here we go. We're going to throttle up again. And, oh, yeah, we want to go all the way up to get off the ground pretty quick, and then we can dial it back to like our hover throttle, which is kind of right around here. And let's go over here. Ooh. Oh, man. So, does anyone know what PIO is? That's pilot-induced oscillation. PIO is what happens when Joey B plays KSP. This is so hard. Honestly, this is like why we have computers control rockets. Oh, man. Let's try to get this. Woo! Oh, man, I was so close. I tried to cut off, but I hit Z, so we went to full throttle instead of X, which is cut off. Oh, oh! No, no, we're still bouncing around. The physics in this game, like, I get where they're going with it. It's just like there are some limits that don't make a lot of sense. We've created a perpetual motion machine here. When will it end, folks? When will it end? F in the chat, please. All right, but this is better, right? So we got one good flight, and then we tried a second flight, and it didn't work. So let's revert to launch. We're learning, right? We're getting better. The seltzer is gone. The ingestion of hard seltzer actually correlates pretty well. All right, so here's the deal, BLR. If you want slow mode and no one else does, but you abuse the slow mode, I'm going to ban you. So, or you abuse the lack of slow mode. Here we go. We're going to throttle up SAS. We're going to go to 100%. And yeah, that's it. We're just going to try this a couple of times. I hope this is interesting to people. Right? So we throttle up. And then as soon as we lift off, I'm going to dial it back to our hover throttle, which is right about here. And then I'm going to try to keep it centered. Give it a little bit of juice. Oh no! All right, there it is. There's the example of what happens when you get the... Oh dear. When you're not... It's a good example of what happens when you touch back down on the ground and you change where your moment arm is, because the vehicle then rotates around the ground point and not the other point, but it can't, which means it can't correct orientation at all. It's basically doomed. So you want to be, I guess you just want to have a really good margin there. I could maybe put RCS on this. Not enough. Okay, we're just gonna go to the side real slow. And the other thing that I'm not taking into account too much that I probably should is that we're losing fuel, right? So the throttle curve has to the throttle that I choose should reflect that. Yeah. We're also going in the wrong direction, which I am against. Oh! Oh my gosh. Alright. Well, we got upside down. Can we get out of this? Throttle up. If I wiggle back and forth enough. Yeah, I don't think I can really get out of this. So, what if we put some gas jets on here? Revert to launch. How high can this thing go? Should we try it? Storm sliders, let's try it. Let's just go as high as we can with this. Excuse me. SAS. This is not, just so we are all clear, reflective of the actual ability of the... Well, you have to time it right. Resonance, Joe, resonance. Yes. So this is not reflective of the actual ability of the sprite vehicle from BPS, but we will see how high this can go. I will just let it rip. This may not be very exciting. Because here's the thing. The other thing that's super cool is that it's not really... It doesn't like the current setup. It's every now and then it gimbals a little bit. You can see it moving on the nav ball. Usually in KSP, things are like straight up and down enough that it's okay, but there's something on here that's bothering the control. I wonder if I were to come back down, if I were to go like super high up. So Falcon 9, the F9 Dev R, does a 1,000-meter hop, right? So what if we do a 1,000-meter hop? We probably want to start throttling down at this point. We're at 1,000 meters. Let's go way down so the fan is still on, right? You can just barely see it there. And we'll come back to the ground. The thing is, though, we don't want to come back too fast because we don't have a whole lot to slow down with. Right? Like, our speed is not dropping that fast. And I am worried about that. I'm very worried about that. It is worrisome to me. Well, he be bouncing. That's for sure. Oh! Upside down. S in the chat. No Fs. No Fs. Oh no, look at your sub, says Grimmy. Did someone... Are people unsubscribing from BPS space? Oh dear. What are the BPS subs at? Are we in trouble? No, they're fine. They're at 100,000, right? Oh no, they went down. What happened? People unsubscribed. There are a lot of conflicting reports here. Some of them are saying low numbers and some of them are saying high numbers. Let's see, 100,000... Oh no, now we're down to 944. What happened here? Who did this? It is a bistable mechanism. Yes. I don't care about the sub count. People can unsubscribe as much as they want, but I'm going to keep making videos. All right, let's revert to launch. Oh no, let's go back to the VAB. Yeah, let's go back to the VAB, and I think, where's the CM? Here's an interesting question. If we do, here we go, center of mass. If we put some thrusters right at the center of mass, I think we can do a lot of good. 1, 2, 3, 4 at the CM, and then, oh, we need an RCS tank as well. Okay, there's the CM, and the thrusters go right at it. So they're really for like horizontal control. Make the bottom landing gear stiffer. I don't really want to. Can I? Oh, oops. Can I do like okay, hold on. Can I do? I don't think I can make these stiffer. Can I make them go down? Tool move. Here we go. Yeah, that's what I want. And then it won't explode when I hit the ground. All right, let's try that. We're gonna have to adjust what our nominal throttle is, though. Yeah, that was the right move. Let me pop out the chat again. Somehow the chat is like behind. Here we go. That's what I wanted. There we go. Okay, so we're going to throttle up. We may have pushed it a little hard with our throttle limiter here. Let's go to originally what it took to lift off. And that won't be enough, right? RCS on. Oop. RCS on as well. How do I go forward with a... This is turn, right? But I just want translation tools. I feel like RCS toggle mode is spacebar. Hold on. What's the top? Man, hold on. Let me look this up. RCS toggle mode RCS. I think it's spacebar. Oh, H in normal mode. Okay, hold on. I don't think H. L. Oh, LIJK. That's kind of translation, but what's up and down? H. Wah! No! Okay, H and N is up and down. So that would lift me off. So if I go to this throttle here, that's not quite enough. Oh, that's so cool. Look, the RCS, it gets hot. I love that. Gonna just increase my throttle a little bit. If I go to 100% throttle. Yeah, we still don't have enough. Okay, let's revert to VAB and give ourselves a little less throttle limiter. Yeah, we added weight. We flew too close to the sun. Let's go from 25 to 35. Cool. Save and launch. Apparently, yeah. So Frog, they're apparently hot and cold. Or they're apparently hot gas thrusters. What color are my shoes? Is this another meme? My shoes are brown and a little white on the side and then brown again on the bottom. Ugh, that's my shoes. Those are my shoes. That's definitely a meme. All right, here we go. So let's throttle to like there, like 2/3, RCS on, and throttle up. Cool, this is still good. Now let's go up here. Ooh, the RCS does it. This is crazy. It really wobbles a lot. Okay, so now I need to get familiar with the... Oh, these are placed in the wrong area. Okay, hold on. Revert to VAB. This is going to be easier if I rotate them 45 degrees. It's going to be easier visually for me, at least. So if I take these and I still go into 4 symmetry mode... what's under me? Oh, a cable. Yeah, here we go. Oh, and the CM. I need that. So they go right there. And, you know, it'll never really be truly translation like that, but it'll be pretty close. All right. Oh, people are leaving. Goodbye, BLR. Thanks for joining. I want to do a little bit more testing. I just want to get more familiar with, like, the everything. What is under me? You know, who knows? Someone else comically disliked and undisliked with the exact same thing as me. All right, here we go. So RCS, SAS, Z, or like up here for throttle. What throttle point really did it for us? Okay, it wasn't that. If we go up to the second notch. Yeah, all right, so the second notch above 2/3 is kind of what does it for us. Okay, then we can go to the side. Hey, this is pretty cool. I can totally control this. I'm not very good at it, but I can totally do it. Let's lower the throttle. We are approaching the ground faster than I would like. Okay, it's really working. As surprising as it is, let's try to get to the middle. The RCS helps so much. Oh, that was a bad move. Should not have throttled down. All right, let's... Oh, I was so close. Ah, I was so close. One more. We can do it. We can do it. Revert to launch. In all seriousness, this is actually inspiring me to build my own EDF project. It would be so much fun to learn everything. Yeah, Sean, it's like you're okay. So you were experiencing the same thing that I felt like a month ago, or like a month and a half ago. Whenever I figured out that I wanted to do this, like, it's just. Here's what I'll tell you. It seems really cool, and it seems like, oh man, I could totally do this. But what it turns out is, it's another one of these projects where you really have no idea how complicated it is, even like until you try it in KSP, and then you're like, uh-oh. there's a lot to control here, and it's really hard to deal with it like all at once. So let's try this again. I'm going to throttle up to that second notch. That's kind of where we want to hang out there. Then we can augment with the RCS for the rest of it. So if I give H gets us to lift off the ground. And then we're going to just push to the side pretty hard. Because I want to get nice and out of the way there. And then I'm going to have to slow down at some point. Maybe I'll just go the other direction too. Let's go over here. The RCS helps a whole lot. All right, so we're coming down. We can use... Ooh! Ooh! Okay, yeah, I cut off just a little bit too early. But that's it. That's totally it. I forget that... So with the RCS, too, you can... augment this, how do I say it? You can augment the touchdown stability because you can start to counteract that rotation point. How high do you think you will fly Sprite? For the first flights, no higher than like 2 meters. For the second flight, or you know, for subsequent flights, I would love to. Oh, hold on, I think, yeah, RCS is still on. For those subsequent flights and for certainly future flights, I'd love to do like 50 meters or something. I'd love to send it pretty high up and then have it come back down. But that's going to come with a lot of reliability testing. And because here's the thing, like if that EDF fails, we're hosed. I can bring it back down on parachutes, but the parachutes aren't going to ensure a soft landing. They're just going to ensure a non-completely destructive landing. Carrying the parachutes to ensure a totally soft landing is just too much weight. So here we go. Let's try this again. We're going to throttle up to that second notch. We can actually go a little bit lower now because we've used some fuel. Oh no! All right, well, let's just go to 100% throttle and try to just see what we can do here. Well, this is unfortunate. This is disappointing. All right. All right. Let's go back to the Space Center. Or let's save game. I'm going to leave it running, and we're going to go back to the Space Center. Oof. You got tricks, Joey B. You really do. Well, thank you. There's just a lot that I still haven't thought of with this project. Look, there it is over there. That's Sprite. There's a lot that I still haven't thought of with this project, and there's a solid chance of some destructive testing without meaning to have it be destructive. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. Sprite is going to be really cool. Let me switch screens here. And there we go. Yeah, so Sprite is going to be really cool. I'm very excited for it. Once again, I mean, this EDF, this thing is huge. This is a really big fan. The EDF is huge. Both of the batteries are huge. It's a 30-volt system, and the ESC is up to 120 amps, so, like, enough to really hurt you. if not kill you. Maybe not kill you, but like it's it's a serious thing, and I'm super excited to work with it. Um, yeah, Sprite is going to be really cool, as is Thump, which we built on the BPS stream. So, yeah, I don't know. That's all for me for now. I can take a couple of questions if people are interested in or just want to chat. I got a couple minutes. I mean, I have as much time as I want. I just want to like clean up and go to bed too. What color will Sprite be? I think mostly black, black and gray, just gray because that's the filament that I print with. But the overall frame is going to be carbon fiber. There's a lot of great like FPV racing carbon fiber available. The cool thing about Sprite is that I get to pull from like a ton of competitive pricing in the FPV and remote control like aircraft market. So this EDF was what, like $80 or something, and yeah, that this kind of thing wouldn't have been $80 20 years ago or whatever. It would have been way more expensive because this stuff just wasn't nearly as popular. What are your go-to servos? It depends on the task, honestly. So we're running really nice Bluebirds, Bluebird 1004s on the vanes, the thrust vanes for Sprite. But all the other servos I use are like 9 grams. They're like the super cheap ones. So it really depends on the application. LoRa is better than XP. Nathan, you're right, but XP is something that I know really well. So I'd love to stick with that if possible. Have you heard of Simple Rockets 2? Yeah, Simple Rockets is apparently getting pretty popular. I should try it at some point. Hey Joe, how old are you? I am 25, about to be 26. Is it going to be a Coanda effect craft? Oh man. Shoot, I totally forget what the Coanda effect. What does that do? Oh, no. No, it's not going to be that. I know someone who is working on a Coando effect craft, but I'm not doing it. What do you think of Electron going reusable? I'd love it. What rocket are you most proud of? I think Echo, mostly because that airframe, I built that a year ago, and it's been through so many tests and so many impacts that, like, I'm just impressed that it is still around. What's after Sprite? What's the bigger picture for BPS? Bigger rockets. So here's the deal, fam. The deal is this. Mostly this book. There's a bunch of control stuff in here that I need to learn. But once it is learned, if I can get someone on the BPS team who does propulsion, so like a lot of it is just matrix math too, but once I have a good footing on it, and that's what Sprite is for, is to do a like an actual oh my gosh, I cannot talk at all tonight. The point of Sprite is that I'd like to get hands-on experience with state space feedback control and state space modeling offline. And so if I can get that feeling good, then I can start really getting into like gain scheduling and starting to put like notch filters or bending modes on my craft. And at that point, you can really start to scale up. And all you need, I say this as if it's something simple, but all you need is people who can do propulsion for you. Because I just am not a propulsion person. All right. I'm missing a lot of things. Okay, yeah. Are you going to do another dab? No dabs today. All right, maybe one. I'll do a sitting down dab. Just a sitting down one, so it doesn't count as a full one. I heard Charlie was looking for a job. Yeah, here's the thing. BPS is still fragile enough. It could still fail. Patreon is like the main source of funding right now, and I'm working on some other things, but if Patreon were to like vanish, I would be hosed. It would be bad. So it's still not like, I don't want to take on the burden of hiring anyone until I have a really stable revenue stream. That's just from like a business point of view too. Where do you get your parts? All over the place, wherever they sell them. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Hi, Joe. Are you happy? I am happy. I was not happy earlier in the stream when I realized that I made the screw holes in the wrong place, but generally speaking, I'm doing pretty well. I've got this checklist that I go over every day that's just like personal self-care stuff. It's really good. It's like make sure you eat 2 vegetables at least, or 2 fruits. Extra your exercise. That stuff has helped a lot. Okay, one more. Are you going to watch the Starship launch? Not in person, but I will definitely watch any streams that show up. Yeah. Oh, Moonman says I got dibs on first employee. Moonman, you might have to fight Parker on that, but I'll let you two figure it out. And I'll tell you what, you both have some time to figure it out. As in, not on your end, but there won't be an employee position for a little bit. Anyway, thank you so much for joining, everyone. I don't have a sign-off for this channel. Typically, it's just that I say bye. So, here we go. Good night, everyone. Thanks for joining. Thank you very much for 100,000 subscribers. It's incredible. Yeah. Not going to get sappy about it now, but it really is amazing. And I can't believe that this is still a thing. So, thanks, everyone, for watching. Bye.